Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. So we kept hearing these things from coworkers and friends about a pizza place in the great state of New Mexico, in the city of Albuquerque. It is Dion's Pizza. They said it's legendary and that we had to try it. So instead of making a trip to Albuquerque, we're just going to try and make it at home. Stay tuned. Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. As you heard in the introduction, we're making Dion's double sausage, double hatch green chili pizza. We're also going to test out Aldi's dough. I've been reading about it in a bunch of different Facebook groups, some for pizza, some for Blackstones, some for pellet grills. Everybody's been talking about this dough. So we're going to find out, is it a time saver? Should you go through the trouble of making your own dough, or has Aldi solved your problem? We'll find out. So, for our homemade dough, what I have here is a cup and a half of lukewarm water. In that is going to go one 7-gram package of active dry yeast. It's the yeast I could do. To that, we're going to add half a teaspoon of sugar. We're going to stir that up. All right, now we're going to put that in a warm place. I had my oven on warm, turn it off. Now I'm going to set this in the oven as we go through the next steps. Even going to leave the oven crack a little bit. So now we're going to take our 3 cups of bread flour and our 1 teaspoon of salt and get those sifted into a bowl. And I would make an admission to you, this is my first sifting process ever. I mean, I'm not exactly Darth Baker, a Sith Lord. That was for you Star Wars fans out there. I'm quite exhilarated with my first sifting ever. All right. Now, we're going to wait until that yeast forms a head on that measuring cup there, and then we'll move on to the next step. We'll see you then. Alrighty, so got a good head on my yeast mixture here, so it goes into a bowl. Now as we stir with a wooden spoon, we add our dry ingredients to the wet until we can no longer spoon it. Then we'll use our paws. Alright, now we're going to flour our surface here, and we're going to knead this bread, which is going to be our pizza crust, for 10 minutes. Yeah, I said it. 10 minutes. Now, I'm not going to keep you here. I mean, I'd appreciate the company, but I understand you got things to do. So I'm going to get that done, and then we'll rejoin you after that. We'll see you then. The 10 minutes of kneading is complete. Now, we're going to take our pizza dough. We're going to cut it in half with a dough knife. Form them back into bowls. Put them each into a container and add about a tablespoon of olive oil. Then we're going to make sure they are coated all over, cover them with a damp towel, and then set them in a dry, warm place, which is going to be back in my oven that was previously on warm, and now it's off. So it's going to be perfect. We'll see you once that's done. Alrighty, I lied to you a little bit. We are going to make use of that 40 minutes that we're waiting for our dough to double in size. Behind me, I've got a skillet, and that skillet is 2 pounds of our homemade Italian sausage. Gonna get that browned up so it's ready to go. And then my research of the Dion's Pizza, I'll tell you the truth, I've never had it before. When I see something like this, I go and I do all the research I can. I look at all the copycat recipes, I read all the comments for them, and try and pick out the best parts of them and put them together. On their website, on Dion's website, it says this is the pizza sauce they use, Bonta. They just take this and then they add some of their own seasonings. So I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to cook this. I'm going to open up the can, I'm going to put some in a bowl, I'm going to put in some Italian seasoning and some garlic, and we'll see how it goes. So that's what I'm doing during these 40 minutes. We'll see you when the 40 minutes is done and see if our dough is doubled in size. All right, the 40-minute timer has gone off. Let's take a look at our dough and see if it's doubled in size. Oh, it has, it has. So now we're gonna flour our surface, roll us out a pizza, and get it going. But first, I need to get my pizza oven lit. We'll roll the pizza after we get that lit. All right, we got the pizza oven lit. Let's get our dough ready and start making some pizza. First of all, you're gonna give it a gentle punch and deflate it a little bit. That was a very satisfying noise. I wish you could hear it. I don't think the microphone picked it up. Now I'm gonna flour me a surface. This here surface. Don't misunderstand me. If you have a Microsoft laptop, don't flour that. It's a flat surface. We're gonna get our dough out and we're gonna form this into a pizza shape, a circle. Awkward.
No kidding.
No kidding.
All right, that's pretty decent size for our oven, so I'm happy with that. We don't want it sticking to our peel, so I'm going to move this, get some flour down, make sure the other side is good and dry. Now, as I said, I prepped the sauce. Sauce was interesting. It's like a paste. It's like tomato paste. And reading the ingredients, vine ripened fresh tomatoes, salt, basil. That's it. So to that, I added about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning and a couple good heaping tablespoons of minced garlic. So not only are we going to try the homemade dough versus the Aldi's dough, I also have a secret ingredient I'm going to put on each of the two types of dough because I'm making 4 pizzas here. This week at Sam's, Charlotte found this. It is toum. If you're not familiar with toum, it's a Middle Eastern condiment. It is made with garlic and oil and lemons and salt. It's absolutely amazing. Think mayonnaise, but instead of using eggs, you've made it with garlic. So I'm gonna put this on 2 of the crusts, one of the homemade, one of the Aldi's, and we'll do 2 without. So the first one we'll do without. We're gonna make this as traditional as we can for the Dion's pizza. So I've got my pizza dough down. I'm gonna get a good amount of sauce down. Alrighty, next thing we're gonna do is put down a layer of cheese. I'm gonna use cheddar on the bottom. Now a good amount of fire roasted hatch green chilies. Don't be shy with this. Remember, it is double sausage, double hatch green chili. All right, I'm making 4 pizzas. I've got 2 pounds of Italian sausage here. So doing some quick brain thinking and public math, about half a pound of Italian sausage.
Brilliant.
And then top that with some mozzarella. All right, looking good there. I'm gonna go check on the pizza oven and we'll see if we're ready to chuck this puppy in there. All right, gonna give that about 90 seconds and then give it a look, probably rotate it a quarter. Oh, it is smelling amazing already. All right, gonna give it that quarter turn. All right, first pizza's done. Now the Aldi's dough pizza is in there. We'll get this cooked up and then we'll try both of them with toum. I'm gonna take the dough and then spread a layer of toum on there and then put the sauce on top of that and make it just like the others. Cheddar cheese, hatch green chilies, sausage, mozzarella cheese. We'll find out from our judge which of the 4 are best. We'll see you then. All right, we got the judge here. We're gonna get judgment by the director. Okay, so we got 4 different pizzas here. She's trying the homemade without toum right now.
Very good.
Okay, we got a very good. Then the second one was Aldi's dough without toum. Okay, the third one is Aldi's dough with toum.
Those 2 are pretty much even.
Okay, so the homemade dough and Aldi's is the same. So I think we've solved one mystery. You want to save some time, go to Aldi's and get their dough. Just as good as homemade is what the director's saying.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so the toum adds a lot. Okay. Dion's, I'm sorry. You know, I know this is a copycat Dion's Pizza. We may have found something better.
Wow.
Okay, and the last one is homemade with tomb. Any difference between those two doughs?
That one's a little bit thinner. It's just how it was made.
Uh-huh. Does that make it
The
better?
dough tastes about the same.
Okay.
Texture's about the same. The tomb really makes it.
All right, there you go. So, you want to make a fantastic pizza, double sausage, double hatch green chili with tomb. And get your dough from Aldi. Save yourself some time. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. Until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.